Good day, Tamers. Welcome back to some interesting news from Japan, where most of the Digimon interesting news comes from these days. I had another video ready for today that may be going up tomorrow instead now, because this is pretty cool, pretty important. Rust Marrow, if you don't know who Rust Marrow is, they're a content creator from Japan that do a lot of the translations for us early. So if you do see like the official stuff, sometimes they just I want to say copy or borrow from this gentleman, and they're generally pretty good or on the spot. They do correct themselves if there is any errors as well. So give them a follow on Twitter or follow their YouTube channel, which is still Rust Marrow. So help that person get to 10k and just enjoy what they do. So we got an announcement today from Japan that they were showing us the new quality of life stuff they're doing. As you might be able to see, here we have the new color chart. Didn't know in the new stuff we are getting access to a new color pie thing here where everyone will be different. So red, blue, yellow, green, black, purple, white, I'm presuming. Not too sure because that would be the 7 colors that are currently in the game. And an egg, what color the egg is blue. But they're doing this here, which I think is really cool, which they're doing another pie chart thing here, which is like half. I know some of you people like your pepperoni on one side and cheese pizza on the other side because you people are weird. But yeah, as you might be able to see, we're going to go through this in a second, but Sneaky Bender Stealth reveals 2 of the BT14 cards in here, their rules post-update, which was a really good idea. And then the Tyranno and Dino Trouble Let's Go, really good. It's got the same verbalization that it's dinosaurs, Tyrannomons, dinosaurs, and Saurus. So it's the whole kanji thing where like if it contains the certain kanji, it's going to have the access to the tribal stuff, which is good. Tribal stuff is pretty good. I do like the more tribal stuff we have here. Once you have lots of tribal stuff, Digimon Highlander could be a thing, or more of a better thing than just Garurumon, Square Garurumon, and then Metal Garurumon and Ball Greymon, and insects are kind of good, and plants are getting there too. So we'll have a few in the future. Then the inheritable effects here, end of your turn. All right, for the whole thread. Tyrannomon, champion data, dinosaur. Start of your main phase until the end of your turn when this dinosaur would digivolve into a card with Tyrannomon in its name, or dinosaur, or Ceratopsian in its traits, reduce the evolution cost by 1. From what people are speculating, because Bandai translations aren't always the greatest, is that this is continuous for the turn, so you'll go into your level 5, and then if it's still your turn, you can go into your level 6. Then inheritable effect, end of your turn was return when this Digimon has Tyrannomon in its name, or dinosaur / Ceratopians. In its traits, you may attack with this Digimon. Essentially, it's just a blitzing thing at the end of turn, similar to Chaos Effect, where like it's not quite blitz, but it just lets you attack anyway. And then the Bukamon here in training, while you have no opposing Digimon with equal or more Digimon cards in there. In this Digimon gains jamming. Now, I don't know if this is worded the same way that Marisimon is, the weird dragon from like BT5, BT6, where like it's technically like no opposing Digimon. And then with or more dissolution cards, he gains jamming. It's just very interesting that if there was like a massive like blue stacking deck, you could essentially always have jamming, which is good. Although you need to be careful of obviously just dying to any removal instead. So yeah, I thought this was really good. I thought this was really interesting and nice to see the artwork and what we're looking at doing in BT14. Still fairly expensive, still a free cost, but that is how Dino is most of the time. They're very expensive, but with all the support they're getting recently, not so bad. People are wondering if this is going to be the Mega for Agumon in this set, because obviously if you didn't know, Tyrannomon is the original Mega for Agumon. And that'd be interesting. It's number 13, so obviously, and it's red first, so there's a good chance, but I suspect there'll be a Greymon. You would know there's other cool stuff coming with BT, sorry, ST15 and ST16. Then just for those who are sort of in the UK / in the European area, as of recording this, it's now live. We're excited to announce from OPE that we're bringing not 1, but 2 convention tournaments for Battle Spirit Sagas at the UK Game Expo. Yes, this is a digital channel. I'm not changing up here. These events will take place on Friday and Sunday as of the Expo. If it wasn't enough, we're also planning a Digimon Ultimate Cup on the Sunday as of the Expo. So for those who didn't know, I think this is full knowledge. I'm not trying to get myself in trouble or get anyone else in trouble. Bandai realised that the UK hadn't had a regional for this section of tournament play, so they asked organised play if they could change the Ultimate Cup into a regional for the Friday. And at some point between then and now, they've obviously said, like, hey, could we hold a Ultimate Cup on the Sunday? Bandai has already probably just agreed to it because, like, yeah, we're going to do that anyway. So now, if you can do the full weekend, you now have access to 2 tournaments, which is pretty good. And then Dragon Ball Z Zenkai Cup on the Saturday, so that's why there's a gap between the Sunday and the Friday. To be fair, if you've played all day on the Friday, you could do with probably the rest on the Saturday, and then go on the Sunday to play again. Tickets to these are above. I plan to open, like as I said, as recording this, the UK gaming website. Be sure to check out the event page below for more information. The convention, Cup Sunday, and the Zenkai Cup on the Saturday. And I don't know if this is last year's, but I was there last year. I wasn't here. This is actually the convention itself. You were over some you weren't here. You were somewhere else. But no, some actually quite interesting stuff. That the UK is now getting 2 tournaments, technically back to back within the same weekend, as well as having the cool information from Bandai about this. Now, I know we're not going to get much more BT14 news now until after the ST15, ST16 do drop, which is end of May, I believe, or like middle of May, so soon. And then I presume at the end of May, beginning of June, we'll start getting these. These come out the 28th of June, I think, is when BT14 is meant to drop. Now, a lot of people are excited for this because it's the adventure stuff. Should get some cool new support, hopefully good stuff for Tyrannomon, because he hasn't had anything good recently. Gom Online could do something good and interesting. To be fair, if they want to tie it into the Sea Sub and Aqua archetype from EX3, that'd also be really interesting, because obviously having more things that just shoot themselves out, drop, go, 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 is always interesting as a mechanic. And to be fair, I think more people like to see more dinosaur stuff. Again, it's venture, or maybe just like very early Digimon. Maybe we'll finally get a Parrotmon. That'd also be kind of cool, because you get the level 4 Parrotmon and the level 5 Parrotmon. Using a tool, is it? And I think people want Diaboromon stuff. We know we're going to get the Dark Masters to some degree in this as well. So, Pokemon's green. You have a purple with Pied. You get black with Machundramon. Presumably there's new Machundramon. You get Metal Sudramon as blue. And then, presumably with Apocalypsemon, it'll either be the 4 colours, or it'll be like a white card that just absorbs things from colours. But no, that's where we are currently, guys. Interesting news, and we'll see you guys soon for some more Digimon stuff, maybe tomorrow. Peace out and goodbye.